you can stand back and say that for all of humankind, children spent a great deal of time in the out of doors, playing, learning all kinds of skills and insights. And in the last 30 and 40 years, that's changed.
You know what?
What?
One time I drove to California.
What did you drive?
A car. You need to be 20 or your age to get even licensed.
There are a great many people who have been watching the changes in our society, not just in the United States, but around the world. If children don't have the opportunity, starting when they're very young, to play in safe outdoor settings, from your backyard to a front porch to a local park, the research shows that they are less self-confident, less creative, tend to be more stressed, tend to be a part of really a culture of depression, aren't really as healthy or happy or creative as they could be, in contrast with those children who do have the direct, regular experiences in the out of doors. When children in groups work together in the out of doors, I'm talking small ones, they learn to be cooperative. They are better problem solvers.
Hey, Lucas?
Yeah?
Remember playing baseball until it got so dark you couldn't see the ball any longer? How about hiding and pretending you couldn't hear your name being called home to dinner? That was back, of course, when kids, and just about all kids, played outside starting the moment they got home from school. That was before Xbox, of course. But how do we now turn back the clock?
When Ranger Tim Hayden takes a group of 5-year-olds out for a hike in the Santa Monica Mountains, he's often surprised by how much the kids don't know about nature.
How long has this tree been here, do you think?
14 hours.
I don't like it because it itches me when I lay on the grass. It hurts me when I lay on the leaves and the rocks and the sticks.
Parents, says Lube, aren't taking the time or making the effort to keep nature alive for children, and they're getting clear messages.
One is that nature's in the past probably doesn't count anymore. The second message is the future is in computers and electronics. And the third message is the boogeyman lives in the woods.
I am concerned. I think one of the things that we're excited about at the Sierra Club is we built up a body of evidence that showcases that kids getting outdoors improves their academic scores by 27% in a study we did in California, that it helps their health and promotes an active and healthy lifestyle. I think you can see that by our work with the American Diabetes Association. So this is an issue that just isn't about giving a kid an opportunity to see stars. As important as this is, this is really a community and neighborhood investment, because we want children to get those necessary skills, from academics to health, to really the self-confidence they get from the outdoors, so they can become productive members of their community.
Can I just ask you a question when we're walking?
Yes.
How often do you get outside with places like this?
I don't know. I usually go camping with my grandpa about once a year. Go fishing a lot with him every summer.
But during like the school day or?
Not really. I live in a neighborhood, and I live by an arroyo, but I don't feel very safe around there. But I like it outdoors.
How come you don't feel safe?
Huh?
How come you don't feel safe?
There's just a lot of people around, and I don't know. You don't feel like you have enough privacy. I don't know.
I gotcha. So what does this project mean to you? You feel like you're on a project?
Yeah, I feel like I'm doing something good for the community.
Really?
Becoming a leader. I want to become a leader, and if you're a leader, you can, obviously you're more open, you know how to talk, and you could do better in any job you get, business meetings, this
Do you know any other leaders?
What do you mean by that?
Like friends or what's your ideal leader like?
Someone who can take control of a situation if it's out of hand. Someone who is not afraid and shy.
But right now we're at a critical juncture because there's these leaders and these movements are coming together. But now the most important step is going to take place, and that is action. And that is making sure that we give resources and they've got people focused on how we can actually truly get these kids outdoors. Because if we don't, there will be a generation lost, and we wonder how we get that generation back.
So I'm Nancy Woodward, and this is Dragonfly School. We are a new school. We've been open 3 weeks, and one of our 4 themes is an outdoor experiential education.
They get to the, no, let them be. Let them be.
Evan,
Where did you guys
remember
go?
you're keeping your shoes dry now?
Let's go. What is that? Stop, I want in. Don't put this big one in the water. Yes, you do. Okay. Oh, gosh. Now he's dying. No, that one just, snails don't die in the water. Well, they don't like to go
yeah, Sarita, just put it next to the water. Can you get him, Lorenzo? Can you get him out of the water? Can you do that, Sarita?
Let me jump over this. Well, I'll get him, Sarita. I'll get him.
If he doesn't belong in the water, what's going to happen to
Put
him?
him on the rock.
Yeah.
Put him on the rock or something. I got him. He doesn't. See,
Actually, you know what? Put him here, Coben. Put him on the edge here, because if he's on the rock.
See?
Oh, good.
He's alive.
He's okay. Yeah.
I just have been taking kids to the river for the last 7 years because I've taught in this space for 7 years, and letting them sort of follow their interest. So we happened to find worms Friday when we went down. We didn't know we were going to find worms. When I used to go with a lesson plan, I'd always have to throw it away because we found something different anyway. So I've gotten much more casual about what we do, and we work with what we find. The first day we went, we found raccoon and skunk tracks. We never know what we're going to find, and part of it is letting the kids find it. It's not about me teaching them something so much as them having an authentic experience, because most of their lives are scripted. They're modern children. They have soccer practice outdoors. They go to a park where there's stuff to play on. But I got to wander in the woods when I was a child. When I was only a little older than these people, without adults telling me what to do. And I really think that's one of the things we've lost in a generation's time.
I think when you think about how human beings have developed over time, we began as a species looking and needing to survive in the out of doors. And to do that, one has to observe. You have to look very, very carefully to see what's going on, and you have to listen, and you have to watch, and you have to engage all the senses. And one could call that science. And when I think about the great scientists in the world, all of us have that within us. All of us have both the capacity for art and science, poetry and science. It all fits together. And probably what's most important about learning where we live, having a sense of place, is something that lets us be intimate with that environment, excites our imagination, inspires us, and really, the more we get to know a place, we tend to love it more. So all of that is, in fact, at the roots of science itself.
Snails in his hand.
Oh, you got little snails. Where's the big snail?
You see the snails again.
Lorenzo has the big snail.
Where'd you find him?
In the sand.
You are the explorer. Oh, they're coming out.
I got snails.
Look, they're coming out.
They're coming out.